All right, hi, Tim Unkert here. Welcome to part 2 of creating a inverse matrix calculator for a 3x3 matrix in PHP in 2019 using Atom, the Atom text editor, and XAMPP to run PHP as a local server on your computer. All right, so we came up with a determinant already. And you can see down here, it's calculating the determinant correctly, which is the first part in finding the inverse. But we are going to have to define some more variables here. So I'm going to start, I'm just using the alphabet, I'm just going to say J. That's going to equal, in this case, it's going to be, let's see, variable E times, and bear with me on this, if you're not that familiar with matrices, you might not know what I'm doing, but I'm creating, maybe I'll do another video on it sometime on how to calculate the inverse of matrices. Basically, what we are trying to do is, if it does have an inverse, is to actually output that inverse matrix. So we're going to come up with a program to do that, and then once we've done that, we can worry about the CSS and maybe make it look like actually from the movie The Matrix a little bit. So that's going to be fun. But all right, so here's going with the program. Just bear with me through this part. So it's going to be variable E times, not variable F, times variable I minus variable F times variable H. Okay, and this is all going to be divided by the determinant. Okay. All right, variable, so that's J. Now we're going to move to K. K is going to equal variable D times variable I minus variable F times variable G, all divided by the determinant. Then we're going to move to L. I'm moving up in the alphabet. I feel good about myself moving up in the alphabet. So that's going to equal variable D times variable H minus variable E times variable G, all divided by the determinant. Okay. Now we're going to move to, we have to change some of the signs for this. So let's see, K is actually going to equal -1 times this. So it's going to be -1 times that. Okay. All right, and then M. M is also going to equal, M equals -1 times, in this case, let's see, M is BI, so B times I minus C times H, C times H, all divided by the determinant. Okay. Next up after M, we have N, next in the alphabet. That one is going to equal A times I, A times I minus C times G, C times G, all divided by the determinant. Okay. Next up, we're going to have O. O is going to equal this -1. -1 times, let's see, A times H minus B times G, B times G, all divided by the determinant. Next up after that is P. So variable P is going to equal B times F, B times F minus C times E, C times E, all divided by the determinant. Okay. Q is going to equal -1 times variable A times variable F minus variable C times variable D, all divided by the determinant. That was Q. And finally, variable R is going to equal variable A times variable E minus variable B times variable D, all divided by the determinant. Okay, so let's actually save it at that point. We'll go back up here, run it again, and nothing's broken. Sweet. So we're good with that. We've defined some more variables, and now we're going to copy the, we're going to echo this out, except we're going to put these in different spots, and we should have our inverse matrix. So, all right, so in the upper row, we're going to have J, M, and P. And again, if you really want to know why they are in the order they are, maybe I'll do a video on how to come up with an inverse matrix. And then in the middle row, they're going to be K, N, and Q. N and Q. And then in the last one, it's going to be L, O, and R. L, O, and R. And we're going to hit Control Save. Okay, also, we probably want to echo your inverse matrix is, and then what it actually is. Okay, Control Save. Let's see if we've broken anything so far. Okay, so I didn't pick that great of numbers for that one, but it does spit out an inverse matrix. Okay, all right. So, and actually, I want to have this come up after all this other stuff. So, grab this bit of code here. Here, right? Control X, and then put it right here. Control V, Control Save it. All right, let's refresh. Okay, so it's coming up with stuff, but now we've got our program complete, but we need to we need to create a style sheet. So to do that, and we're going to go into CSS, into that folder, and we're going to create a new folder. We'll call that matrix.style.css. Okay, and then we're going to start with the body. All right, so, oops, I don't want to use those. Sorry. Body. And we're going to say that the max width on the body is going to be 1,000 pixels. That's going to help to center it. Float is going to be none. Margin is going to be auto. Okay, and then the background color is going to be black. All right, so what's that going to do? Let's refresh. We don't see anything. Okay, so that's an issue. All right, let's bring out what we need to see. So our paragraphs, we're going to have a color on those. We want the color on those to be neon green. So I'm going to look up neon green hex code. All right. So we see it's 39FF14. All right, so color is going to be 39FF14. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, this is starting to look like the matrix. There's a bunch of stuff that doesn't look good right now. All right, so I also want to go to Google Fonts and bring in some cool text. So let's bring in Roboto. Do a Roboto Moon. Let's do Roboto Moon. All right, so I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to put this in my CSS file in the paragraph. And then I'm going to go here, and I have to link in the style sheet. So we're going to have to link in the style sheet for this page. And save that. Okay, let's see how that changes our text. Continue. All right, so as you see, our text changed a bit there. So that's cool. We also want to have all our headings have this same attribute. So any headings I'm going to be using on this need to have this attribute, okay, and this color. And we're going to make our sizes a little bigger. Also, and then we're going to say table th, and let's do this as well. Okay, control save. Hopefully that'll come up. All right, so now we're coming up with our codes in our matrix. Also, the submission form doesn't look that good, but you know, luckily we can work on this. Now we want the, let's see, let's take a look at the code where I'm getting in the variables. So form. So let's see. Let's inspect it. Okay. Let's just try the form. Let's see if we can get the form color. Change that. All right. Bring that in here. Okay, let's see if that does it. Yep. Okay, that's good. All right. So now we need some borders on the table. All right. So we're going to say border left is going to be 2 pix solid, and what this color 39 FF 14. And we're going to see if that does anything first before we go any further. Yep, it does. Awesome. All right. And border right, it's going to be the same thing. Okay. Control save. And then border radius, it's going to give the curve of the matrix. We'll make that 10 pixels and do that. And let's see how that comes out. There we go. That is awesome. But let's add a little bit of spacing between each of the things here. So I'm going to add some padding here. 10 pixels, and let's see how that looks. There we go. Now that's looking really nice, okay? And then, oh, one thing, we're not seeing the menu. Right, so we got a header here with, actually, we should wrap it in nav. And here, so let's just X, V, okay. Let's wrap that. Okay, and then here we're going to say that the nav, and we're going to have display flex, justify content into the center, and then align items into the center. Okay, Control Save. Okay, and one other thing we need to have is the link. It's going to have this too, so we can see it. Okay, and so we're going to do that, and then let's see what happens. Okay, so we got the home. We don't want, all right, text decoration is going to be none. We don't want that bottom line there, and we do want some padding of 10 pixels, so it's not right at the top. So let's see that. Okay, so that moves it down. We can go back to the home page there. That's pretty cool. All right. All right. We want the input. Let's do something with the input here. Input. Let's do padding of 10 pixels, border radius of 10 pixels, and then a border. We're going to do 2 pixels solid, and then we're going to do the the 39 FF14, and let's see how that looks. And then, I don't know, we'll do the margin on the bottom of 10 pixels. And let's make the padding 5 pixels. I don't know if I like it that big, but okay. Okay, so we've got some values there. All right, but the one problem is everything is, well, the sidebar is coming after. All right, so let's see, what do I have here? I have a main part and then an aside. Okay, so let's go up right to about here, and the main part, we're going to have the width be 70%, and then the aside, the width is going to be 25%. Display is going to be a block, and then the min height is going to be 300 pixels. Display is going to be a block here, and the min height also is going to be 300 pixels. Okay, all right, let's check that out. What happens? Save it. Main and aside. Let's see. Let me see what I did. Side class matrix sidebar. Maybe I'll do dot matrix sidebar. Alright, it's still not bringing it over. Okay, hold on. Let's try one more thing. History. No. Just clear this. Okay, let's try it again. For some reason, it's not bringing that up. Oh, okay. Float, be left here. Float is going to be right here. There we go. All right, so now we got the sidebar in there, which is pretty neat. And we might even make, well, I don't know. Okay, so this is a good start. We also probably want a footer in here. So let's go here, type in footer, hit tab, and then we're going to go PHP. And I'm going to align this into the center. And I'm going to say copyright 2019. Give some credit. All right. And then in the CSS, I'm going to go over here down to where the footer is. And I'm going to say the footer is going to have a width of 100%. Okay. All right. And that's didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. What just happened? Footer. Display inline block. Let's try that. All right, so that brings the footer down at the bottom. That's pretty awesome. And it's coming up with your inverse matrix here. And your determinant. All right, so we've got the page built. It looks like the matrix. And maybe, hold on one sec. Let's go to Pexels. And let's type in matrix. Okay, let's take this one. And we'll do a free download. We'll do small. Download it. Bear with me one sec. All right, we're going to show this in the folder. This down. Hold on one sec. Let's bring this out. Okay, we're going to rename this matrix photo. Okay, and then we'll go over here. Go to C. Go to XAMPP. HD docs. Math. Images. And we'll just put it in the images. All right. So now in the sidebar, I'm going to actually do an image, and the source is going to be, we're going to have to go up one to the image file, and then it's going to be matrix photo. .jpg, and the alt is going to be a alt tag. I'm going to do a photo of the matrix. Okay, hit Control Save. We don't want that. Let's bring this back up. Let's take a look, refresh, and we've got that there. And one thing we want to do is we'll go down here. We'll say images, the max width can only be, let's do 100%. Okay. Hit Control Save. All right. So, and then we have the matrix there, and then some ads that will go here. Let's see, Wikimedia Commons. Let's go there, and let's just see if we can get Agent Smith from the matrix. All right. Awesome. All right, and we're gonna save image as go to C, go to XAMPP, HD docs, math, images, and we're going to call it Agent Smith. Okay, and then, all right, we'll probably have that on top because that's just so cool. So we're going to ... images and then Agent Smith .jpg. And we'll say the alt tag will Agent Smith from the matrix. Okay, hit Control Save. All right, let's check it out. All right, and then we'll put some ads in there. But this basically works. It's pretty cool. And we're going to upload it to the server pretty soon. But right now I'm going to stop this video as part 2. You can see the uploading Uncart Math to the server in a video in my playlist on Notepad++ designing sites. So thanks for watching and take it easy. All right.